Bred as a slave in Meereen, Strong Belwas was made a eunuch and trained as a pit fighter, growing into a tall, heavy-set, expert warrior, with some estimating his weight near to 300 pounds. Armed with an auroch and small round shield, Belwas had a tradition of allowing his opponents to cut him once before viciously defeating them, proudly claiming his scars revealed how many men he'd killed. After years earning a reputation as a veteran fighter, he was sold to a new owner in Qohor, and then again to Illyrio Mopatis, a wealthy magister of Pentos. Illyrio was not only involved in the politics of his homeland, but also dedicated time and money to help his allies claim the Iron Throne of the Seven Kingdoms across the Narrow Sea. Part of the plan involved looking after the exiled prince Viserys Targaryen and his younger sister Daenerys, who fled to Essos when their father King Aerys II was dethroned. To help them raise an army, Illyrio arranged for Daenerys to marry Khal Drogo, a Dothraki horse lord with a Khalasar of 40,000. Illyrio also gave her 3 petrified dragon eggs as a wedding gift in honor of her ancestors, who once conquered half the world with their dragon armies. Although Viserys was an unstable fool who got himself killed, the prince's sister survived, becoming widely known as the Mother of Dragons after hatching all 3 of the eggs she received from the Pentoshi Magister. Hearing that the princess's husband, Drogo, died, Illyrio knew he needed to keep Daenerys safe, and so ordered Strong Belwas to sail east and find Daenerys, offering 3 ships so she might return to Pentos. To aid him in his mission, Belwas was paired with an old man named Arstan Whitebeard to serve as his squire, though the man's true identity was Sir Barristan Selmy, former Kingsguard to Aerys II and others, who now wished to serve the last living child of House Targaryen. Arriving just in time to save Daenerys from the many enemies conspiring against her in Qarth, she decided not to return to Pentos, and instead had her ships take her to Astapor in Slaver's Bay, where she might purchase an army. Under orders to ensure her safety, Strong Belwas served as the princess's bodyguard and champion, standing by her side and fighting on her behalf as she conquered the Slaver's Bay cities of Astapor, Yunkai, and Meereen. During the siege of Meereen, Osnak Zopal rode out the gates armed with a 14-foot lance, challenging the invaders to a duel of champions. Daenerys chose Strong Belwas as her representative, a man so confident in his victory, he put on a performance for the crowd. After wounding his opponent's horse and forcing him to the ground, Belwas allowed himself to be cut once before severing the warrior's head. Holding it high in the air, he then defecated in front of the Meereenese nobility looking on, before wiping himself with the slain champion's cloak and looting the body. Though Belwas had no interest in having his cut treated, Daenerys remembered how her husband Khal Drogo died of a similar wound, and insisted he see a healer. In order to complete their conquest of Meereen, Belwas joined the war party which infiltrated the city, and successfully rallied local slaves and pit fighters to turn against their masters. With Daenerys now ruling as Queen of Meereen, Strong Belwas was made one of her Queen's Guard, and served alongside his friend and former squire Barristan Selmy, who revealed himself before their most recent victory. Though the Queen's enemies soon rallied to retake Astapor and Yunkai, Daenerys forged a peace through her wedding to the influential nobleman Hizdahr zo Loraq. To honor the agreement, a great celebration was held in the fighting pits of Meereen, where Hizdahr insisted that Daenerys try the honeyed locusts. However, she had no appetite, leaving Strong Belwas to eat them all and fall severely ill. At the same time, the dragon Drogon interrupted festivities and caused a panic, which led Daenerys to mount its back and fly off, unintentionally abandoning the city. Soon after her disappearance, they discovered the locusts were poisoned, and the amount Belwas ingested would have killed a normal man, yet he was so big and powerful, he ultimately survived. Even so, the former pit fighter did not escape consequences, as the ordeal sapped much of his size and strength. Yet his will never faltered, and once recovered, Belwas remained a fervent Targaryen loyalist, supporting Barristan Selmy in his coup against Hizdahr zo Loraq. With the peace broken and the Queen's enemies gathering around Meereen, Belwas offered to fight a duel of champions. However, the ruling council chose to engage in a more traditional battle. Ready to defend the city in the Queen's name, Strong Belwas followed Sir Barristan Selmy to war.